Hi, good afternoon, ma'am. By the way, my name is Zahid Akasa from BSHM4A. For today's video, I'm going to present this article of Dr. Rizal, the Republic Act 1425, an act to include in the curricula of all public and private schools, colleges, and universities courses on the life, works, and writings of Rizal, particularly his novel Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, authorizing the printing and distribution thereof and for other purposes. Whereas today, more any other period of our history, there is a need for a rededication to the ideas of freedom and nationalism, for which our heroes lived and died. Whereas it is a meant that in honoring them, particularly the national hero and patriot, Jose Rizal, we remember with a special fondness and devotion their lives and works that have shaped the national character. Whereas the life, works, and writings of Jose Rizal, particularly his novel Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, are a constant, inspiring source of patriotism with which the minds of the youth, especially during their formative and decisive years in school, should be suffused. Whereas all educational institutions are under the supervision and subject to regulation by the state, and all schools are enjoined to develop moral character, personal discipline, civil conscience, and to teach the duties of citizenship. And now thereof is Section 1, a courses on the life, works, and writings of Dr. Rizal, particularly his novel Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, included the curricula of all schools, colleges, and universities, public and private, provide that incorporate courses the origins or unexpurgated editions of the Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, or the English translation, shall be used as a basic text. The Board of the National Education is hereby authorized and directed to adopt forthwith measures to implement and carry out the provisions. Premiers, readers, and textbooks. The boards shall be within 60 days from the effectivity of the Act, promulgate rules and regulations, including those of a disciplinary nature, to carry out and enforce the provisions of this Act. The board shall promulgate rules and regulations providing for the exemption of students for reasons of religious beliefs, stated as sworn written statement from the requirements of the provision contained in the second part of first paragraph of this section, but not from taking the course provided for in the first paragraph, said the rules and regulations shall take effective in 30 days after their publication in the official gazette. Section 2, it shall be obligatory in all schools, colleges, and universities to keep in their libraries an adequate number of copies of the original and unexpurgated editions of the Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, as well as of Rizal's other works and biography. The said unexpurgated editions of the Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, or their translations in English, as well as other writing of Rizal, shall be included in the list of approved books for required reading in all public, both private schools, colleges, and universities. The Board of National Education shall determine the adequacy of the number of books, depending upon the enrollment of the school, college, or university. For Section 3, is the Board of National Education shall cause the transition of Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, as well as and other writing of Jose Rizal into English, Tagalog, and the principal Philippine dialects. It caused them to be printed in cheap, popular editions, and caused them to be distributed for free of charge to persons desiring to read through the Purok organization and barrio councils throughout the country. Section 4 is nothing in this act shall be considered as amendment or repeating Section 927 of the Administrative Code, prohibiting the discussion of religious doctrines by public and school teacher and other person engaged in any public school. For Section 5, the sum of 300,000 pesos is hereby authorized to be appropriated in the National Treasury to carry out the purposes of this Act. And lastly, Section 6, this Act shall take effect upon its approval. Approved June 12, 1956, published in the Official Gazette, Volume 52, Number 6, and page 271 in 1956. And thank you.